Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURSOFIA Binti IMRAN and I am from JCS 143 2B. Whoever is watching this, I hope you have a great day or good night. So we are here to explain to you guys about unemployment in Nigeria. So this is the introduction. I will explain you the introduction of unemployment. The definition of unemployment is a term for when a person who is actively seeking a job is unable to find work. So the person is jobless. Nigeria in 2020 populace is assessed at 200 million individuals at mid-year, as indicated by UN information. Nigeria at least has 66% jobless youngsters at the range of 15 to 24 years old. Okay, as you can see, why there are many unemployment individuals. Here are some causes, which is individual effects, economic effects, and social effects. Unemployment has become a significant issue, upsetting the existence of Nigerian youth, causing expanded aggressiveness, brutal wrongdoings, kidnappings, fretfulness, and social delinquent conduct. Youth unemployment is not good to the individual and the general public overall, both mentally and monetarily. So unemployment isn't a good sight to see in Nigeria or in any country, because it will affect the citizen mentally and physically toward the others.
Nigeria is a mixed economy in Africa. In Nigeria, there are three sectors of Nigeria's economic activities. The primary sector is a very important contributor because income is mostly obtained from this sector. It includes agriculture, oil and gas, mining, and also forestry. Oil sector is the main economic sector in Nigeria. About 90% has been contributed by the oil sector to the country's export revenue. Tin, mineral, and coal were the principal mining merchandise to be traded from Nigeria. Despite the fact that Nigeria is wealthy in oil, agriculture employs over 60% of the population. In Nigeria, agriculture is organized into four sectors, which is agricultural production, fishing, livestock, and forestry. 70% of Nigerian families engage in agricultural farming activities, while approximately 41% own or raise animals. Production system become more efficient and concentrated. Livestock provide less livelihood options. Forestry has difficult possibilities for both economic and social development, with only 2% of the nation covered in productive high forests. Forestry and forest industry have been and may continue to be a driving force in the economy. Forest goods, in addition to cocoa, groundnut, cotton, and palm oil, had previously formed the backbone of the country's favorable balance of payments. The second type is known as secondary sector, which is the manufacturing process. It also involves combining the product, such as constructing house, rides, and road, cement and construction material, food and drinks, tobacco, chemical and fertilizers, wood and textile all dominate Nigeria's industry. The last economic activity is the tertiary sector. It is also known as service, such as insurance, transport, advertising, tourism, and other services such as education and healthcare. Service industries in Nigeria, such as banking, retail and wholesale commerce, tourists, real estate, motion picture, telecommunications, information and communication technology, entertainment, and also education. The service sector is now the world's fastest expanding industry. For that indicator, we provide data for Nigeria's economic growth from year 2000 until 2020. This statistic shows the share of economic growth rate in the gross domestic product, which is known as GDP in Nigeria from year 2000 to 2020. The minimum value, which is also known as recession, for Nigeria growth rate is negative 1.79% in 2020. Nigeria's economy entered a recession in early 2020, reversing 3 years of recovery. Some of the factors that caused the economic downturn in the country was due to the fall in oil prices, due to the reduction in global demand, and also due to containment measures to combat the spread of COVID-19. This caused almost 60% of services such as tourists, aviation, hospitality, restaurants, factory, and other sectors to have been slowed down, and some have even had to close completely. Most contributor is in the service sector, which is 59.79%, followed by agriculture 20.98%, and industry sector, which is 80.70%. A low rate of economic growth can cause higher unemployment. If there is negative in economic growth, we would definitely expect unemployment to rise. The economy this year is expected to grow by 1.5% and further 2.9% in 2022, in line with the recovery in crude oil prices and production. In 2002, the highest growth rate was recorded, which is also known as economic recovery. The share of agriculture in Nigeria's gross domestic product was 5.29%. Industry contribute approximately 12.83%, and the service sector contribute about 75.91%. Nigeria had experienced a low growth rate before the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to a recession and create a huge funding gap, including a lack of national income and inflation. The rate of economic growth at the beginning of the year has shown a slower increase than in 2020, indicating a slow but sustained recovery. The government has sought to make the non-oil sector a key growth sector, which increased by 0.79% at the beginning of the year. Telecommunications, crop production, real estate, food manufacturing, and construction also have boost growth during the quarter. With weak growth, the bank has taken accommodative measures by allowing interest rate to be suspended. However, inflation peaked in more than 4 years due to a shortage of dollars, while a shrinking labor market and growing insecurity have put pressure on households. It clearly proved that the unemployment rate and economic growth are inversely related to each other. The rate of unemployment is affected by the GDP annual growth rate. As we can see, Nigeria's growth rate in 2002 is quite higher than the other 2 years, which caused the unemployment rate to fall. Based on the history of unemployment rate statistic of Nigeria, for the highest rate, or known as the maximum rate, is during 2017, where the unemployment rate is 8.39%, and for the lowest or the minimum rate of unemployment is during year 2008, where the rate is 3.54%. In 1999, the unemployment rate was 3.79% and decreased to 3.78% in 2000 and remained the same in 2001. However, during 2009, the statistics showed that 3.72% is the unemployment rate during that year, and it increased more than 0.18% rate from last year's rate that was 2008. During 2013, the statistics shown that 3.70% of unemployment rate, where it increased as much as 0.03% rate than last year's rate in 2012. The unemployment rate started to increase from 2015 until 2017, which is show the drastic change It is because of the critically poor state of the economy. The economy has not been in good shape for the past 5 years and first went into a recession in 2016. The unemployment rate in Nigeria has been on the incline since the economic crisis in 2014, but in the last recorded rate in 2020 has decreased by 0.14%, which is the unemployment rate for the last year is 7.96%. The high rate of unemployment that has maintained a rising trend over the years has been the biggest challenge for Nigeria. However, if we look at the unemployment trend in 1999 to 2013, it showed only a slight change. The worrying thing is that in the 21st century, the unemployment rate is increasing every year, probably due to factor of gender, age or level of education. Nigeria's unemployment issue is multidimensional. There are situations of underemployment when people's income is insufficient to support their basic necessity for food, clothes and shelter. There are also examples of discussed unemployment in which people accept jobs based on their educational level and experience. This year, the unemployment rate is expected to reach 32.5% and will probably continue to linger until 2022. Upon review, we can see in the period of 5 years before, the unemployment rate continues to rise. This may be due to the impact of the outbreak of COVID-19, which caused all sectors of employment to minimize the use of workers. Sectors such as the public and industrial sector had to be slowed down due. As a result, many Nigerians lost their source of income as well as their job. Another issue is Nigeria's weak currency, which has been bad for manufacturing. Several organizations cannot scale or employ more people. Low currency values also adversely affect the manufacturing industry. Some factories and companies being unable to bear the losses and unable to hire more workers.
Hi guys, I'm here again to explain the types of unemployment in Nigeria and also the factors of unemployment in Nigeria. So as you can see in the slide, there are three types of unemployment. The first is frictional unemployment, and then the seasonal employment, and then the third is cyclic unemployment. Okay, so frictional unemployment is an impermanent condition. This joblessness happens when an individual is out of present place of unemployment and searching for work. The time frame of moving between two positions is known as frictional joblessness, or unemployment. Okay, next is seasonal unemployment. This is because of occasional varieties in the exercise or specific ventures brought about by climate changes, changes in designs or by the inborn idea of enterprise, or in this case, in the tropical locale, ice plants are less dynamic in blustery season since interest for ice is so low. And last but not least, in the type of unemployment is cyclic unemployment. It is otherwise called Keynesian unemployment. Happens when there is a financial downturn. When there is a slump in an economy, the total interest of labor and products diminish and the interest for work also diminish. At the hour of downturn, incomplete and several workers become jobless. Okay, moving on. The next is factors of unemployment in Nigeria. So in the slide, we can see there's three of them. So the first is low economic growth rate. Second is education system. And the third is rapid population growth. Okay, the first thing is low economic growth rate. The low financial development don't produce sufficient extra work. The mix of both monetary action brings about a shortage occupation, implying that recruiting depends more on experienced individuals, which is very hard for the youngsters to obtain. Okay, next is education system. In Nigeria, they have a lot of many outdated schools. So the outdated school education plans and absence of employable abilities of many school leavers have additionally been illustrated for undeniable degree of unemployment in the country. So this is the main factor in this country why they have many unemployment youngsters, because they don't study well and then they aren't eligible for finding a work that's suitable for them. Okay, and last and not least, rapid population growth. The 2006 statistic in Nigeria puts Nigeria's populace at 140 million plus plus, and projection for future demonstrate that the populace could be more than 180 million constantly in 2020, given the year development pace of 3.2%. So it is contended that high populace development rate has brought about quick of the workforce, which is far overwhelming the stock of occupation. So it means that too many people couldn't feed their family because of their joblessness. Yes.
We continue with 4.2, which is action taken by NGO. One thing is sure, the elastic stem way to deal with taking care of the issue of joblessness in Nigeria has bomb ordinary. We cannot anticipate an alternate outcome by doing likewise. We should embrace another methodology that isn't just exhaustive, yet additionally plausible, successful, arrangement situate, and practicable. Okay, for the first one is update the school curriculum. Each part of the Nigerian school educational plan is obsolete. The greater part of our subject doesn't resolve contemporary issue, nor do they add to the psychological development of understudies. The framework is intended to celebrate grades rather than information and abilities. Second, finance capacity building training. Okay, Nigeria flaunts various top-notch limit manufacturers focus on assisting youngsters with satisfying their possibilities, yet for an exceptionally extreme price. The sort of limit building trainings that Nigerian youth need essentially engage, not a couple of hour online trainings that have no worth. Youthful Nigerians intending to work in a corporate association not be compelled to become crisis business people. They should be upheld so they don't become job seeker but job creators. Okay. Third, asset entrepreneurship. Numerous youthful Nigerians have reasonable business thought yet face the test of capital. The public authority ought to go with the same pattern by making more capital. Public authority ought to go with the same pattern by making more capital accessible to forthcoming entrepreneurs, regardless of whether as awards of cents interest advance. Hi, after that I will continue with measure taken to control the unemployment, which is 4.1, action taken by the government. Government should apparatus expansionary monetary approach in which government use is higher than tax assessment. There is two kind of financial arrangement, which is increment government consumption. First is increment government use by making greater advancement projects, which will expand total interest by means of the multiplier impact. Second, discipline charges. Diminishing in charges like a decrease in extra charge, administration charge, deals charge, annual duty or corporate expense will expand the utilization of labour and product and induce investment. Government should also apparatus expansionary monetary policy to increase money supply by utilizing an open market activity. The National Bank purchases government protections, short-term securities or depository bills in the open market from general society to boost cash supply. Government should bring down the necessary safe proportion in unemployment. The National Bank will bring down the necessary safe proportion of every business bank. This will build the capacity of business banks to give credits and thus increase money supply to invigorate financial development and reduce unemployment. Other than that, the effect of financial and monetary policy on unemployment problem in Nigeria. Fiscal policy was seized here by government expenditure and revenues respectively, while monetary policy was provided by broad money supply, which is M2, interest and exchange rate individually. Government had a positive relationship with unemployment issue in Nigeria. The consequence of government income was negative and inconsequential on unemployment issue. The investigation likewise uncovered that expansions in revenue and trade rates raised unemployment by expanding cost of creation, which deters the private area from utilizing huge labour force. Public efficiency estimate by Guinean GDP altogether affected unemployment rate in Nigeria. This assertion prescribed that for a successful battle to unemployment issue in Nigeria, there ought to be an efficient redirection of methodologies. Along these lines, more accentuation ought to be laid on forcefully seeking after innovative turn of event and expanded usefulness.
So, in this slide, I'm going to share with you guys about our suggestion on how to control these issues from getting worse. The first way is the government spending rate, which means that the government should spend their money on improvements in Nigeria, such as repair the road and upgrade the public facilities. This should be done because when the government want to fix the road or upgrade the public facilities, they need to hire contractors, and then the contractors will hire other people under to do the job at the sites. So, by doing this, it will affect these unemployment issues and it can increase the purchasing power of workers. So, by doing this, it will affect these unemployment issues and it can increase the purchasing power of workers. The second point is, people at Nigeria should get professional education because it can help them be free from poverty. This is because of those who are educated in this world will automatically be the assets for the country, especially for those who are professionals like accountant and lawyer. They may work with the government or maybe work in public service and start their own firm. Then they can help to employ others to work for them. This can help Nigeria to minimize these issues, and in this situation, the people in Nigeria should support each other to get professionalism so that they can have their own job and reduce unemployment in Nigeria. And the last one is the central bank and the Nigeria monetary policy should take the initiative to decrease this unemployment problem from getting worse. The monetary policy will refer to the interest rates, economy credit, money supplies, and the rules that guide the financial sectors that issued by CBN or well known as Central Bank of Nigeria. CBN make few rules to ease the financial sector for the operation. It also handle the money supplies by increasing and decreasing lending rates and giving more and less loans. This should be done because of the lending rates will affect the individual who borrow from CBN to pay their needs and the firms who borrow to grow up the business. Since the capital were important for any business to grow and survive, so that the companies need to borrow at sensible interest rate to make the net profit and to provide their companies from bankruptcy. At the same time, it can help this company to create more jobs. So, this point can help Nigeria to reduce these issues from getting worse. So, in conclusion, we can see that the government sectors plays a very important role in reducing the unemployment problem in Nigeria. But educate mechanisms have yet to push the implement ensure financing, infrastructure improvements, and capacity building. As a result, the well-being of the people requires more than the economy of the country as a whole that just putting effort so far just to maintain it. So, that's all from us. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.